Hi guys, and welcome for this new video. And today, or should I say tonight, no, today the sun is rising. We are going to speak about John Locke. But first of all, I would like to apologize because I've taken a lot of time to upload and record actually this video. I'm really sorry, I was really busy, but now I have more time, so I thought it was time for us to move on with our series on political philosophy. And as I said, today we are going to speak about John Locke. So John Locke was born in 1632, he died in 1704, and he was an English political philosopher. He actually used the concept of state of nature. So he was really, I would say, a follower of Hobbes' philosophy, even though there are some differences, obviously, between the two thinkers. Here we go. And actually for this video we are going first of all to take a quick glance back at Hobbes' philosophy to be really sure that we really understood what Hobbes' philosophy was really about. In the second part we will speak about Locke's conception of the state of nature, obviously, and in the third part we will see that property is really the real issue for Locke and for its philosophy. Really, private property is really the main, I would say, point of Locke's political philosophy. So let's begin this video with our first part. Let's begin this video by taking a really quick glance at Hobbes' philosophy. If you remember well from the previous videos, the state of nature for Hobbes is really a state of war of all against all. It's really a state of insecurity for men. In the state of nature, men are under natural law, according to Hobbes, and that basically means that they can do whatever they are capable of doing. I would even say physically capable of doing to express their conatus, that is to say, to express their instincts for conservation, that is to say, to really survive. So basically they can do whatever it takes to survive. That's the state of nature for Hobbes. So I gave the example of Minecraft because, well, it's actually a good example. There is no law in Minecraft. You can do whatever it takes to survive. It's actually the point of the game. So it's really a good example that we should keep in mind. But actually, just basically go to a public park, for example, and watch some pigeon fighting for a piece of bread. That would be what the state of nature would look like. So it's really important to keep this idea of really insecurity, because that's the state of nature for Hobbes. And we will see that for Locke, it's more complicated. Locke has a subtler conception of the state of nature, and we will see that in the second part of this video. So let's go for the second part. Exactly like Hobbes, Locke also thought that he needed to study the condition men lived in before society if he wanted really to develop his political philosophy. And if you remember well, for Hobbes, men are basically animals expressing their conatus. That's what men are. And actually that's because man also has a reason that he understands that he needs to live this state of nature for the greater good, because, well, the state of nature is basically a state of insecurity, a state of war of all against all. So that's basically the main process in Hobbes' philosophy. When it comes to Locke, it's slightly different, I would say, because Locke also says that man is reasonable, that man has a reason, as I would say, is really capable of reasoning. And actually Locke is not going to say that it's because man has a reason that he's going to live this state of nature. No. Locke basically will say that, because man is actually gifted with wisdom, even in the state of nature, he understands that there are some rules that needs to be followed. So it's really something that is new here, because in the state of nature, according to Locke, there are some rules that are, I would say, revealed by reason or God to man, and that those rules, those laws of nature, actually basically are the natural law according to Locke. So basically, the state of nature has some rules, and those rules are basically natural law. They are revealed by reason. They are revealed by God to man. So it's really important to see that here, even in the state of nature, there are some rules, there are some laws. So it's really important to see here the difference between Hobbes and Locke. Remember, for Hobbes, the natural law basically meant that you can do whatever you are physically capable of doing to survive. So that's basically natural law for Hobbes. For Locke, it's totally different because natural law is actually a real set of rules, a concrete set of rules that are revealed by reason or God to man. So let's give some example of rules. So basically, you have the duty to preserve your life. That's a first rule, and actually that reminds us of Hobbes' Conatus. You have also the duty to respect life in general and to respect what belongs to others. So we start to see here the conception of property for Locke. You also have, for example, the duty to honor your words. So basically, if you give your word in some I would say oral contract, well, you have to respect it. So you can't basically lie, saying that you will do something and not doing it. So it's really those kind of rules that are really revealed to man by reason or God. So that's really Locke's conception. So this set of rules is in the state of nature and is basically natural law. So we can already see that for Locke, the state of nature is not necessarily a state of war of all against all. So it's really something that is important here. The state of nature is not necessarily a state of insecurity for Locke. But actually we'll see that there is still an issue, and this issue will come with Locke's conception of property. Indeed, the issue for Locke is not really the state of nature in itself, but is property. Because according to the English author, property creates insecurity and conflict. So that's really something that is really different from Hobbes, because for Hobbes, the state of nature was, I would say, the issue at the beginning, because there was no law. But here, for Locke, the real issue is actually not the state of nature in itself, but property. So what is property for Locke? Well, basically Locke says that the first thing that really belongs to you is your body. Your body exclusively belongs to you. You are the only one owning your body. So that's really important. And then by extension, the result of your work belongs to you. So that's really something that is strong here. The result of your work belongs to you. What is basically working? Well, working is basically an action of your body on the environment, on nature. So basically, all the results of an action of my body on the environment is basically, by definition, mine. So it's really something that is important to see. And again, a great example is Minecraft. If I start to chop some trees and create some planks, well, the planks are mine. They are the result of the action of my body on the environment. So it's really interesting here to see that the planks will be mine because I actually work for them. So it's really a key conception here in Locke's philosophy. Another example, well, if I start building something in a given space, well, this space will be mine because I have worked in this space. It's really something that is important here to see that really property, private property for Locke is really this idea that it's an action of my body, which belongs to me exclusively, in, I would say, the environment. So that's really the main point of Locke's philosophy. But what is the issue about that? Well, the real problem is that resources are limited. Again, let's take the example of Minecraft. If I start to mine all the coal present in a given cave, well, there won't be enough coal for other people. and that's where the conflict will come. It's basically because the resources, because I would say even planet Earth is limited, that property can actually create some conflicts. So it's really important. I think today we have a lot of conflicts related to really important resources such as water, such as oil. So it's really the main point of Locke's philosophy in the end. It's really to see that the resources being limited, the fact that you, I would say, own a part of these resources can be an issue for other people, because other people can also actually also need these resources. So we can really see here that Locke's philosophy is all about protecting private property, and actually that's why man will leave the state of nature. According to Locke, it's basically to protect property and to really indirectly prevent insecurity. So the social contract for Locke is all about protecting property. So it's really important here to see that. And actually that will be my last sentence for this video on Locke's philosophy. So I will hopefully upload another video quickly on the social contract. But for now, well, thank you for watching this video. If you have any question or any recommendation or any I don't know, random thought, don't hesitate to leave a comment. I would be glad to answer to your reaction. So thank you.